Welcome back to the C Morning Show, everyone. We're almost at the halfway point of our program, leading us to our first discussion of the day. And we had plenty of coverage leading up to last weekend's Vesak Day. It was celebrated around the world, as well here in Indonesia. It was no exception.
That's right, and definite to mark the Buddhism most holy event and also World Environmental Day. A plant-based community called Philosophical Community Kitchen, or known as PCK, held multiple events, including the first ever plant-based charity bazaar, cooking workshop, and also talk show and other food services.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
We should be invited, shouldn't we?
Exactly. Right up our alley. So without any further ado, joining us this morning in the studio to discuss what they are is PCK co-founders Anita Yahya, friend of the program, Lil'li, Latisha, as well as Hansen. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit first about PCK. What is this? What is PCK, and when did you start this particular initiative?
So, Philosophy Community Kitchen is actually an initiative and part of a social aspect of Philosophy Kitchen.
Okay.
So, Philosophy Community Kitchen is more like a social initiative that provides education, free education about climate change, sustainability, food waste management, and plant-based lifestyle and how it can tackle climate change to impoverished communities. And we do that by addressing the main issue, which is poverty in these impoverished communities by providing the free plant-based food, but also tackling mindsets that are very harmful to the future, like that mindset where if we are struggling to put food on the table, we cannot think about what's happening in society or what's happening in the environment, and that's a
It's
very
very separated, isn't it?
Yeah, and so we're trying to tackle that issue by first addressing the poverty, but also changing that mindset.
Yeah. I would argue that as well, that there's this other stigma in regards to plant-based food or healthy food, is that it's unaffordable or it's too expensive.
Yes.
That particular stigma needs to be.
And what's interesting is in Indonesia, we have actually kind of adapted to the plant-based meal. Like for example, tempeh.
Yes.
That's a main source of food that we eat almost every day.
Affordable.
Yes, and very affordable. Tofu.
Yes.
Yes, so it's not just salad, and I think everybody is scared when they hear plant-based because they think, oh, salad every day.
That's right.
Yeah.
So how do you change the mindset, especially if you are going to, the humble community, to change that kind of mindset that actually you can also be healthy, you're saving the environment and whatnot. Usually in that, particular community is more, okay, we have to eat meat. And, you need to have that kind of nutrition. How can you make them understand there's other ways that actually you can also get the same protein and nutrition that you need?
Yes, so what we did in the bazaar for our first project was we invited speakers who are very qualified in talking about the subject. So we have someone who is an expert about nutrition, which was from an organization named Nutri Esok Hari. And then there's someone else who is talking more personally about her experience with traveling, but also how she adapted her lifestyle to a plant-based lifestyle. So we got speakers to talk about this topic from different perspectives.
Yes.
But mainly we do this in a way where it's through food, so they can try it themselves.
That's right.
Because in Asian culture,
yes,
it's very well known where if you want to talk about something, a great way to connect with new communities is by eating and cooking together.
So smart, guys. Yeah, that's right.
Count me in. Let's talk about the bazaar since you brought it up. So this took place last weekend.
Yes.
So tell us about the event itself. How many days did it take place?
Yes, so the bazaar was held on near Waisak, but also near World Environmental Day, as they are very near to each other.
This year, yes.
Yes, and so what we did was we invited speakers from Jakarta. So we have invited founder of Choreograph Your Life, so she's a soul coach. So she can kind of connect together with the local community to kind of connect with one another through mindfulness, which is part of Philosophy Community Kitchen's philosophy. And then we invited speakers that are like nutritionists and also an expert on carbon footprint and data analysis. And also we have invited our volunteers who are very passionate in cooking plant-based food, and we create this plant-based food that are very familiar to them. So we created this kandil and also nasi rames. So
Very
it's
local.
all,
Which is usually
yes.
meat, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's all plant-based so that it's
Yeah.
very familiar to them. And what we did was we created this very kind of, I would say it's not such a big bazaar like in Jakarta, but it's more like a small place where the locals will already know where it is held, because our target audience is mostly the locals, because they are the ones who should know more about climate change and sustainability. And so yeah, we danced together, we ate together, and then we talked. And we also invited small businesses, small local businesses to kind of use that moment to promote their products, but also to learn more. And at the end, some local small businesses, like for example, like fried rice stalls, decided to use our krupuk, which is plant-based, to add it in their menu as well. So they're also still thinking about how they can use the information that we have given them to kind of elevate their business as well.
Yeah. And by the way, plant-based foods have come a long way. I myself, I do 1 or 2 days a week where I kind of abstain from meat just for health purposes. And the options nowadays are unbelievable. I'm constantly finding myself like trying something. Say, are you sure this isn't meat?
I know. It doesn't taste like that, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's like a tuna, chicken by the sea, by the way. Now, Andre, again, maybe we could also ask you in particular, the space that you chose, actually, Anita, or to kind of somewhat, elaborate a little bit more. But in regards to philosophy given in the kitchen, who do you collaborate, especially for this bazaar? Any government also that is supporting your initiative?
Supporting us is mainly from the communities from the Jakarta or Jabodetabek. It's come from a lot of plant-based communities, or it's like vegetarian communities or vegan communities who support us.
Yes.
But actually, from the collaborate, it's not exactly collaborate with us, but they support us with the products and as a media partner or influencers. But we get also the support from the Minister of Government of the Tourism, Kemenparekraf, as a media partner.
All right.
And we also hope in the future that get a lot of we can collaborate with also many friends of communities around outside.
So this is the first bazaar, right?
Yes, it's the first
Do you
bazaar.
guys think this is going to be a yearly or maybe a quarterly kind of event?
We had planning. We want to make the bazaar also in the Jabodetabek.
Oh.
I think that would go off
Yes.
quite well, I think.
But with our concept, like we take the concept of philosophy of Buddhism, because there is a Buddhism teachings that says that sabe sata bhavantu sukhitata. It means that hope all the living creatures can live happily. We know that not only just the mankind, but all the living creatures, including animals. From the philosophy of the Buddhism, we take it to our concept in philosophy community kitchen. But also we also are Buddhists.
Okay, that explains it. So, where do you see people now here in Indonesia? Obviously, awareness have grown. So a lot of my friends, people that I know, are adopting the plant-based lifestyle as well. How do you make the connection now that people are more aware of the nutrition we put into our bodies and connecting it to the more important issues at hand, like you say, climate change, the impact on the environment? How do you plan to take us that next step?
Of course, we also build some more workshop education for the charity bazaar or for the plant-based lifestyle. And also we want to get into the school, collaborate with the school.
Good idea.
And we introduce a plant-based meals that also can fighting the climate change.
Okay.
There is the nearest project for us.
I think it's important to educate the little ones because little ones are a lot smarter than we think, and it's easier to adapt a child. Like we've recently implemented a healthier options at home for kids. I thought it would be a bit of a challenge. Not so. As long as it tastes good, that's what I care about.
Right. And how's the preparation, by the way, for the bazaar? I was just, thinking, this was it a short plan? Was it already a long time? How many months have you guys prepared for this?
And getting all the locals on board as well.
SMSEs also. And what are the challenges also for the bazaar?
For the process is we have 2 months preparation.
Oh, that is fast.
But we planned it our last years.
Okay. All right. So the preparation about 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. And then we know that it's not easy for creating this bazaar.
Of course.
But we really enjoy this process. It's because we got a lot of support from the communities. And
because we're active in the Buddhist communities.
Correct, yes.
And we got a lot of support from the Buddhist communities, the volunteers who cooks and prepare for the bazaar also.
Were there challenges though?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot. I think because this
The
kind
time.
of philosophy about plant-based and also tackling poverty as well to the impoverished communities. That itself, tackling poverty, is
right.
already a very big job.
Yes.
But to also fight climate change to somebody who are not aware of about climate change is very hard as well, because we are tackling issues with food waste as well.
Yeah.
And what's hilarious is, not really hilarious, it's kind of sad, but Indonesia is one of the biggest contributors of food waste.
Yes.
Yes.
And so it doesn't make sense that we have a lot of poverty going on.
Yeah, but then all this food going
Yeah.
to waste
Yes,
as well. Why is it-
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think tackling that issue is really a big deal. Kind of raising awareness, getting the support. For us, we are very lucky because in terms of media, in terms of products, we all got it for collaboration from companies that believe in this issue. But how about the individuals who don't know about it?
Yes.
Will they believe in the issue?
Yes.
We're not sure. And creating change takes collective action.
Yes.
And that's where I think many initiatives find it very challenging, is because how can we stay consistent with this collective action in areas where we also don't live in Borobudur?
Yeah.
And how can we continuously create this action for a long period
Right.
of time?
Just not for that one short day, but it's going to
Yes.
be continuously to adapt to your lifestyle,
sustain
right?
it,
And sometimes we already understand, I mean, especially us who's bringing the news, we've kind of the first to know the impact and whatnot, but sometimes it's just taking that foot forward is already very difficult when we're very aware what is happening right now.
Yeah. What would you say is some of the most common issues that people push back on when it comes to changing? For example, for a local business, well, we've been doing it this way for 30 years in our family. It's more cost effective this way. What are some of the common challenges that you hear from locals in the area when you try to spread this awareness?
Yes, so what we did to promote our bazaar in Borobudur area was not from Instagram, because they don't really follow us. They also don't know us. What we did, we were knocking door to door.
Oh, is that right?
Yes,
okay.
we went door to door. We went. I went personally because I went to Borobudur like already 3 times now.
Yes.
I went to like homes of the kids I used to help for my other initiative, and basically we went everywhere together, running around before the bazaar to convince people. And the first thing they would say is, "Won't it taste bland?"
Yeah.
It's like, isn't
That's a
it?
big concern.
I like meat, so like, what's the whole point? And
Yeah.
so it's very hard because, first of all, marketing is very different there, and the next thing is convincing people. And so also, the people, the local businesses we do work with, still have doubts as well.
Of course.
Right.
So it's
Something
very
new.
hard to also use the bazaar, and everybody was like, okay, we have a mission, we all believe in the same thing. No, it's everything, and we're still learning with them.
Yes.
And 3 of us, we were like, oh, we feel like strangers as well, because we're not from Borobudur, we're from
Yeah.
Jakarta. And so there's still this gap as well, where they
course.
think oh, this is a very Jakarta mindset, or
Yeah.
anything, they don't get us, we don't get them. So there's a lot of learning involved from 2 sides, a lot of connecting, and we're just glad that we chose food because it's a very universal
That's true.
language. Yeah.
Speak at least the same language in that sense. Did it help though for you to go door to door and meet these people?
Yes,
right away and
it
talk to them?
did. So we held this bazaar near Candi Pawon, and so there's a lot of homes there, and we were there like 2 days before the bazaar was actually supposed to be held, and there were so many communities willing to lend us their kitchen.
Oh, wow.
For example, yes, I think 2 restaurants.
Wow,
Yes,
okay.
and also neighbors were coming.
Yes.
Even though they were purchasing the local business because they're more familiar with that, they came and they sit down and they learned.
Right.
And then
That's
they
it.
asked questions. They applied it to their real life.
Yes.
So I think in that sense, that's what we have succeeded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, it was still quite small. It wasn't like a grandiose bazaar, but I think from that small kind of intimate bazaar, we all can share a personal story.
Yeah.
And we can kind of ask questions, really important questions that can answer kind of for our doubts or
Problems that
Yes.
we're currently facing. these
exactly.
Definitely,
yeah.
you guys are making a ripple effect, though.
Yeah.
Even though it's
Start
just you
somewhere.
Exactly, you are making that step forward. And I mean, with that said, you know, with your new upcoming projects, you were saying that you're going to make this bazaar hopefully soon right here in Jakarta area and also around the region. When is that going to come about, you think?
We're planning it, doing it, of course, is Jabodetabek.
Yes.
And a nearest project is we're going into take a canteen in the school, in the Gandhi school,
Oh, okay.
in the North Jakarta.
Okay.
We educate the kids about the plant-based food, how the one meal can change and fighting the climate change.
I mean, that's really, really smart
love
because
it.
every weekend my kids would always have to choose, you know, where to go, what restaurant, what, you know, food
The
they
weekend
want to
treat.
eat.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
so
know
then
that
if you
trick.
teach the children, and definitely the parents would come along.
That would make our lives easier,
I
right?
know,
Yeah.
so smart.
Great idea, great initiative as well, you guys. So
Yes.
good luck going forward. We hope that you continue to do good things
Yes.
in order to change everyone's mindset a little bit more here in Indonesia.
So maybe if I can add a few things. So other than that, we also have another project coming up. We're creating an app.
Oh,
Is that right?
Yes.
What does it do?
So what we're planning to do is create an app where people can take a picture of their plant-based food, and then there's going to be an AI to calculate about their impact, basically.
By itself, automated?
Yes.
Is that right?
From data.
Okay.
We are going to work together with Nutri Esok Hari because
Okay.
they have data about like tempeh, tofu,
Right.
everything.
Oh, wow.
So people, individuals can already experience firsthand how impactful it is to change your diet. It will measure about maybe a day because we all know if we change our diet,
Yes.
a day can cut our carbon footprint by 10%, 30%.
Right.
Yes, so it can calculate a week, a day, a month.
So we can see more the immediate impacts of what we do. instead.
Yes, exactly. And we're also building an establishment in Borobudur as well.
Oh,
Permanently.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
We're going to create a community center, so it's not just going to be a community kitchen, but we're also planning
Right.
to work with other organizations to introduce other sustainability projects or other kind of education about climate change.
what a great collaboration initiative right there.
But the app will be free?
Yes.
Okay.
We already found the place, right? In
Yes,
the
we already found the place.
But
It's
we really
beautiful.
need the support from the communities, from the people.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, such a great initiative also. Can't wait for this new establishment of yours, of Philosophy Community Kitchen, and also the app.
Yes.
I mean, that was really going to engage people to know that they're also making an impact just by their daily meal.
Great
Yes.
idea, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks again for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, so everyone, we're going to take a short break right now, but we'll have more updates from around the world, so stay tuned right here in our show.